Yes, I'm going in now. I'm going in now.
Okay, I see it. Go ahead. What's going on, everybody? We are
Hi
live.
guys, welcome guys. Welcome. Thank you guys for joining in my live. Thank you guys for joining in. You're done. Thank you for sharing me out, guys.
hmm
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
the
you.
ads are working.
Welcome, Alice. Welcome, family. Welcome,
You're buffering,
Chinelo
Irene. You're buffering.
and
Yeah.
Variety TV. Thank you for holding up the stream for me.
Yep.
Turn
That's
up the
all
sound
right,
actually.
guys. We're on my network, so if she goes off, we'll still be on live. So she may have a few issues, but we're on my network. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. And when she gets situated, she's going to start us off, I guess.
There's ad, man. There's ad is on.
In a couple minutes, we'll drop the link in the chat for anybody that wants to come up. Please come up and join in the conversation. That would be great.
Okay, I'm live already. I'm already live.
Yes, yes, you are. You've been live for, let me see, 2 minutes already. But you're buffering very bad. So hopefully that gets straightened out. Do you have two devices open? Because I'm hearing an
Yeah,
echo.
I guess.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm eating my lunch right quick, so you got to start the show. But now you're on mute. Sorry, guys. Give it a second. Irene's having some network issues right now, but I hope everybody's having a good day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in the chat. Thank you for everything you do for the babies. Um, you know, I just texted my mom before and my daughter's mother, and so let me shout out the chat. Irene left. Okay, it's just me. So let's go up to the top. And we got, well, I saw Chanelo's Corner was up top too, but that's out of my sight. But we got Alice, we got Timeout, we got Moments, we got YouTubers Connect. What's up, everybody? What's going on? We are going to talk about climate and mankind and everything that's kind of going on right now, So, yeah. But like I said, Irene is having some network issues, um, and we got to wait and see what's going on, you know. Just so I don't think I'm talking to myself, though, can somebody put a one in the chat to let me know that you do hear me, so I don't think I'm talking to myself, because my network is good. Time out. Can you hear me good? Okay, thank you, Moments. Um, Irene, do you have a second device open? Because I'm hearing an echo on your side.
My network is crappy.
I know that, but it
My
sounds like you
network
have a
is
second
crappy. I have
device
to come
going.
in with another place
Okay, that's why
so
we're
I
on
can
my
have a
internet.
steady stream. Yes.
Okay. All
Yes.
right, do what you gotta do. I'll try to talk to everybody till you come back, and then when you get situated, we'll drop the link for whoever wants to come
Okay.
up and
Okay.
speak on it. Yep, take your time. Take your time.
All right.
All right, time out. Thank you. Appreciate it. we're a little unprepared because three o'clock is
Please
when I
help me
eat my
drop the
lunch.
link so I can.
So drop what link? You want the StreamYard link dropped?
Please help me drop the link.
Okay, uno momento.
Help me drop the
Uno
link.
momento, por
Yeah.
favor. Okay, boss. Give me 1 second. Let me go. Let me go over here. Copy the link. Okay.
It's extremely slow.
Yeah, it is. Okay. The link is incoming. There you go. Yeah, the network over. That's why we went live on my stuff. So if she falls off,
Okay.
we planned for this. Yeah.
Okay.
If anybody wants to come up, come on up. And because I'm gonna be eating my lunch, why Irene takes it away. What a crap time to have the network problems. Usually it's at night, not right now. But please, guys, come up and join us. And please make sure you smash that like button as you come in. Thank you. What's going on, Shanice? Anybody else I missed? I think I said everybody already. Time out. Well, you don't know, but I used to have a channel, and well, you know I do. You know what I'm talking about, yeah. But thank you, appreciate that. You know, yeah, coming up and doing this stuff to me is like second nature. So we have a guest. Who is it? What's going on, bud? How you doing? Hello? I guess you can't hear us.
That's a good one.
You ain't got no sound over there? I got we got two people up here that can't hear. What's going on, Alice?
Man, just this thing.
Might have to go out and come back in. All right, so we're gonna talk on the climate change and see everybody's input, and hopefully Irene gets situated soon. That'll be good.
I'm interested in now. Please allow me to meet him.
I guess nobody can hear me. I know the chat can hear me, but I guess nobody up on the panel can hear me. Yep, that one fell off. Just bear with us, guys. We will be back in a minute. Hey, we got
Hey
time
people,
out.
yeah. What's going on?
What's happening? What's happening? All right, all right. Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, thank you, Sean.
Yeah, well, it's Mother's Day here, but I found out last night that it was March 27th in Nigeria. So,
Yeah.
hmm okay, Irene is coming up on this one, and I'm gonna kick her on the other one. Okay, so
Okay.
okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna kick your other one, Irene. Remove. All right. So what's up? How we doing today? All right?
Can you guys see now?
Yeah,
Is
somewhat,
better? Is it better?
a little bit, but I hear an I. Oh,
Yes,
well,
yes.
a
It's
little bit, but I
better.
Okay,
yeah,
this is good. I will use
but
this first.
I
The
still
other
hear
phone is giving me issues. It's not
I,
um
I still hear the echo
so
though, and it sounds
Yeah.
funny.
It still
Yeah.
echoes.
oh that's
How
because of
about you do direct YouTube? How about you do direct YouTube?
because I invited people that's why
Yeah,
direct YouTube.
YouTube direct. Yeah, instead of this network cracks.
But now to not crack me because it's better now.
Um,
Yeah,
it's
try going
not
straight up
so.
from YouTube. Yeah,
It's not so clear.
yeah. Mm.
Oh, we can't even see the host face.
I just say
Harry,
I
you're
see
frozen.
I'm frozen.
Yeah, we've been
Yeah.
like that before. Yep.
Down now.
Nope. Nope.
I don't know why your network is so bad right now. This is
It's so
crazy.
bad.
It's
Yeah.
it's
And
yeah, that's why I don't like
and normally it's
using
not. Yeah,
stream. I think it's not my
normally it's
network. I
not.
think it's my it should be my
You're cutting out like every other
phone.
word.
No. This is not going well, Irene. It's so bad.
I think I'll have to end the stream because I'm doing
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah. Maybe we'll just have chat in the chat session, then use the YouTube direct.
I'm going to end this stream.
It's so bad from that end.
Sure is. Yep. Did she
Yeah.
say she's gonna end the stream?
Can you hear you guys loud and clear? Can you guys hear me now?
We can hear you. Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, that means it's much better.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it still echoes.
Yeah.
Echoing out like dog voice.
Do you have two devices open or something? That's usually what causes the echo.
No, I don't. I don't YouTube.
Oh. I don't know. That's weird.
My other device is off. Turned it off.
Okay. Well,
Yes, I turned it
good
off.
thing we came up on my network because we wouldn't be up here at all then. So, yeah.
You guys hear me? I'm like, can you get my word for word?
No, we can't hear you word for word. You say
No,
one
we
word.
can't hear you word for word.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, what's up, Easy Mats and Emotion and Josephine and
Aww.
and
We
Simply
have
Love.
Full House in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Sean.
Emotions is if StreamYard is open, every other tab has to be closed.
Okay.
Those guys think
Yep. Every other tab's got to be closed. Yep.
my audio is off. I hope I can get a word for word. I'm looking at my earpiece right now so I can be able to let me ready.
Yep.
Okay.
Do what you gotta do. We're in no rush. Take your time.
We also. I think I'm ready because of your side, Sean.
No, Irene.
What did you say?
Boy, make this thing too small.
Also, giving also nice.
What?
Shana is giving also.
Mike, we can't hear a word you're saying, Irene. We hear one word and then the next word we don't hear, so we can't form sentences on what you're saying. The show could go on, but we want you in the show. And we're echoing as well, so it's kind of crazy.
Solution to the
Mhm.
solution, okay?
Yeah.
So time out. What are you up to today? Anything good?
It's Sunday. I'm chilling. I've been waiting for the stream. I
That's
actually
it.
don't know anything about this. What is it called? Climate and all of that. I just came here to learn.
It's all good. Well, climate is like the global warming and stuff like that, and the different atmosphere changes.
Okay.
Yeah, like people think global warming is the Earth getting hot. It's not. It has to do with multiple, weather changes. Like places that would be extremely hot could start to be extremely cold after years go on, and vice versa. But this is the topic Irene wanted, so we were gonna try for it.
She's
But
a pro. She's a
yeah,
pro
but
in topics like this. So, and then
yeah,
network is messing the whole thing up.
exactly. Yep, the star of the show ain't even here, so it's all good. Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing we could do about it. But normally the network isn't crap at 8 o'clock at night. You know, it's it's
Mm.
3 p.m. for me, but 8 p.m. over there. So,
Oh,
I'm coming another account. Let me in.
I really
Okay.
can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear you. Tony, what's going on, my brother? Yep, the network is bad. What's going on, mommy? I shouted everybody out. Yeah, let me scroll up. Is this Irene again? Yeah.
Allow me in.
You are in. Let me kick you on this one. Hold on. Okay. That's looking a little bit
Am I
better. You're not.
in?
Yeah,
Can
you're
you
in. You're
guys hear
not.
me better now?
Yes, wonderful.
Exactly.
Thank
Yes.
the Lord. Thank
Okay,
the
so
Lord.
Samsung won iPhone.
Amen to
Oh, so
that.
you see?
I switched to a Samsung phone.
That's what I got. The
So
A51. Yep.
somebody said that. Someone had told me that before, that those network issues you were having because of iPhone. I remember
Okay.
Jennifer Chris had said that before, because since she changed from her iPhone to a Samsung, she stopped having these
Samsung,
network
yes.
issues. Yeah,
Yes, he told me. He told me that.
yeah, yeah.
That's possible.
So
Yep.
we can kickstart this stream now. Oh,
Yep.
my name
Whoa,
is another
thank
thing.
God. Thank God.
Kick it up. Kick
I'm
it up.
using my younger sister's channel to do this.
Enjoy.
Yeah. Kick it off.
Chanel,
Irene, can you hear me?
We can
Irene,
loud
hear
and clear. I
you.
can hear you. Yes,
you
I
can
can.
hear me. All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm going to use your phone in this stream. Yeah, thank you.
I'm a boy. You know Fetelam before.
I never tell how. I just
Now you
do
call
this
the
stream like
teller
that.
for full stream like that.
Because the stream is in progress right now. I'm coming back. Let me turn on my camera. I'm coming back. So Shines, please let us know your research during your time on doing research on the climate change stuff and the environment and the mankind. Thank you. I'll turn on my camera, but I'll be in the background listening. I want to do something to my face, to myself. Thank you.
Okay.
It is well with you. See, swear it.
Yeah,
I want
you
to do
know,
something to your face.
what Fami, can you hear me?
Yeah.
It's like we have another
Yes.
guest.
Yes.
Are you the only one there? There's some other person. How many are we?
No, it's Irene. It's Irene, and then Sean Mark.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
You know, in recent time now, climate change has become a kind of global issue. A kind of global issue. In my, I did a borrowed course on climate change, and when I during my master's program in the
Okay.
university, and then because when you see what's going on around the planet these days, people don't take good care of the planet. They just feel that planet is something that some other person responsibility, not your
Responsibility.
responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why they just go around tossing all kinds of stuff, tossing all kinds of stuff, on the streets. They don't take care of the climate. There's a constant deforestation and all that. Because if you can see, I know that you're also familiar with when people keep talking about ozone layer depletion. The ozone layer depletion. The ozone is very hot. I mean, the weather is very hot. There's something wrong with the ozone layer. So what really causes this is the atmospheric temperature, especially when there is a serious heat retention on the
Okay.
surface of of the earth. That's where you have global warming. Global warming is actually a rise in the atmospheric temperature for a shorter period of time, and then when this high when this high where's the music coming from? Okay. So when this high temperature hits the surface of the earth, hits the plastics and other litters, it goes into what they call the greenhouse gases. So it is these greenhouse gases that will now kind of hit the atmosphere, and then you get that kind of heat retention that would have impact on the storm, will have impact on the vapor. That's when sometimes the storm from the sea, it can really have a very big effect on the storm, and then the rise in ocean level, which sometimes would cause flooding, would also get into people's houses, engulfs the shores and all that. So that's what causes that. So if we can limit the way we litter things, put rubbish all over the place, and then clean up the environment, and then do what we call a complete recycling of this waste, a good waste management, so that these things, when this heat comes, it will not really hit directly, or produce these greenhouse gases that would eventually, give rise to all these powerful storms that we see all around that can. Of course, it's just that in Nigeria, we're very lucky not to have a hurricane just like what they have in other developed countries. So we're kind of lucky. And so what causes this is nothing but climate change. Because climate change is just a longer period of the change in weather and weather condition. That's a longer period of it. That's what we call climate change. But
Oh.
the global warming is an aspect of climate change, but is a shorter period of changes in the
Okay.
atmospheric temperature. But when they usually say that is a short-term changes in the weather condition. That's the global warming, the short-term changes in
Short
the
time
weather condition.
changes.
Yes, yes. But
Okay.
when this prolongs for a longer period of time, and that's when the climate change comes into play.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's quite
So
simple.
Shines,
yeah,
during your research back then, can you guys hear me?
yeah, we
Yeah,
can
we
hear
Yes,
can,
you.
we can
Irene.
hear you. Yep.
Okay. During your research back then, you find out anything like if mankind was actually the cause of this global warming or climate change stuff?
Yes, I've said that. Like, it's actually due to our own interference with the Earth, with the planet, with the world. Yeah, it has to do with our own way of our whether we are responsible or irresponsible will also affect climate. Sometimes we talk about droughts. You know that sometimes drought. We talk about drought. Talk about powerful storms. Droughts have actually becoming very extreme around the world. Droughts become very extreme around the world,
Yeah.
and then storms are also becoming very severe too. And due to warmer ocean temperature. These are How do you have this warmer ocean temperature? When this heats, I'm going to use global warming now, which I have defined as a short term in the change of the weather condition or atmospheric temperature. And then when this heat rises and hits the plastics, where do you have plastics? Plastics are littered all over the surface of the earth. They are not well in terms of they are not well recycled. They just throw them all around. They're not well recycled. So when this hits on these plastics and other litters, there's going to be a rise in the atmospheric temperature. So when this rise in the atmospheric temperature takes longer than necessary, that becomes the climate change we are talking about. And what is the effect? What is the effect of this global warming? It's when it hits this temperature and this plastic, just like I have mentioned, for a longer period of time, it will vaporize. It will send very powerful storms. Powerful storms,
And
and
the
could also
heat.
cause serious. Yes, it's the heat now, and could also
Mm-hmm.
cause serious droughts. It could cause serious
Yeah, there is
droughts.
drought ongoing already now. Even in this
Yes, could
rainy
cause
season, we
serious
still have
droughts.
drought.
Yes, could
Yes,
cause
there is
very
drought
serious
ongoing
droughts.
in
So
the
that is
north.
just that. Yes, it's just human activities. When you have increased human activities, have a serious. That was your question. How has whether it's caused by human activities? It's simply that the climate change we're having is as a result of human activities. There's a serious
Yeah.
increase in human activities. So that is just that. Because these human
Okay.
activities have increased the atmospheric temperature, leading to a more heat retention. Just like I said, it leads to a more heat retention. And what is the link? We now begin to ask yourself, what is the link between the atmospheric temperature and global warming? So that is just that.
Okay. I have a question to ask. Do you know why I actually invited you? I wanted you on this stream. It's because of your research. Because
Okay.
according to my own research I have here, I know climate change has really eaten deep in the plane, as in the surface of the earth already. Because there are so many kinds of diseases now. Like I think today there's a report on monkeypox today, and then the monkeypox are according to the statistics they got today is from Nigeria, because the person but they said it is not going to be affected. It's not going to be like COVID. It's not going to be like the viral sicknesses we used to have, but it's just a way they are like giving it out so that people could prevent themselves from the monkeypox as it is. So I know that climate change has caused so much, like so much. The times are changing. The weather is not the same. We used to have, like in Nigeria, we used to have before the 4 months of rain, right? We used to have
Mm.
4 months
Okay.
of rain,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the Amatan also used to be 4 months, and the dry season used to be 4 months also.
Can you
But
guys hear
now
me?
the rain, it rains into the dry season and into the Amatan season.
Uh-huh.
It rains into the seasons. The seasons are no more normal. So some kinds of unusual things are ongoing right now. Sicknesses, famine, poverty, all because of climate change. Sometimes rain will fall for hours, for hours, rain will fall, and then you will not see any lightning or thunderstorm, nothing. It's because of climate change, I think. And again, mankind is even causing too much harm when it comes to climate change. The harm mankind
Yeah,
is causing is too much. Too much
yes, now,
Right.
yeah,
inventions
that's what
everywhere.
that's what I told you. That's what I said, that human activities have increased the atmospheric
Has
temperature.
increased. Yes,
Yes, leading to a more heat retention, leading to a more heat retention. And then the effect of
temperature.
this
So
climate change, it could also, like I said, increase in heat wave. There's when they say
yeah,
the ozone layer is very hot, is depleting. It's human activities that are actually cause this increase in heat
causing it.
wave that,
Yes,
yes, that we are experiencing. I know when there's an increase in heat wave, what do you expect? Just like what you're talking, monkeypox. So many
yeah,
diseases will come up, because one, vegetation will be affected. Is this going to cause this heavy it's going to cause drought. I've already mentioned drought caused by the global surface high temperature. What causes drought? What is drought? You know what drought is? When
yeah.
dryness,
Keep going
complete
and going and going.
dryness. You know, in, you know what it is. So that is just that. So it is human activities that are actually giving rise to climate change. You
Yeah,
know,
let me chime in on that for 1 second. That's why here in America we burn our garbage. Therefore,
okay.
we have more hurricanes than anywhere else. We have more tornadoes than anywhere
Mhm.
else. That's the human activity. We burn our garbage at the landfills, and it goes into the atmosphere. Same with smokestacks from buildings and ships and all that. That's all. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all the same thing. All has to do with it. So yeah,
Yeah, so that is just
No,
that.
it's
So
really
that has
crazy
answered your
sometimes with
question.
human activity.
yep,
That has answered your question on human activities, whether human activities has direct impact in climate change. Of course, it does. It does have direct
absolutely,
impact on climate change. Yeah.
absolutely. Yep.
So I want to ask a question, Shanae. I want to ask a
Okay.
question. Is
Okay.
there any possible way for this stuff to actually be maintained? Because already the atmosphere has been destroyed, like is destroyed as it is. Because we have more earthquake these days, we have more volcano eruption these days, we have extreme weather these days. Like in the month of February, if you're traveling by sea, the sea is extremely rough. That is when they call it sea boil.
Uh huh.
The sea is boiling more than usual because of the atmospheric condition at that time. But before and how God sets these stuffs out, it's usually August. It's usually in August the sea will be boiling. But now, in this time and age right now, the sea starts to boil from February into August.
Mhm.
And from February, it's even extreme and worse than before.
Yeah,
Yep.
just like I mentioned, Irene. I said, as more water vapor is evaporated into the atmosphere, it becomes fuel for more powerful storms. I said that, more powerful storms, and then
Mm,
these powerful storms will now lead to increased wind speed. So as there is more water vapor that is being evaporated into the atmosphere, it becomes fuel for more powerful storms. And these powerful storms will now develop into an increased wind speed. That's where you have the tornadoes he was talking about, and the hurricane and all that. So what causes this is simply um, human activities. It's just human activities. When you burn, just like he mentioned, like in the US, they burn their garbage, and then this will emit these greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. And this will now become, and it will affect, it will, I think it will in, lead to increased droughts. And
Mhm.
from increased drought, it also leads to increased wind speed. increased wind speed, and you know when increased wind speed and then very powerful storms that will come in as hurricane or some other health hazards that we see around in recent times. It's purely human activity that is causing this.
Just like we have
Irene, you're
forest
not loud.
fires.
Yeah.
Just like we have the forest fires that are that they're not lit by a human person. We have the forest fires that are started by the drought weather, the hot weather, and it sparks an
Yeah.
ember in the forest, and then all of a sudden you got thousands of
Yes.
acres that go on fire from not even
Yeah.
somebody lighting it on fire. It's crazy. It's really
Yeah.
crazy.
That's when we're talking about the deforestation. That's why you see you cut down the trees, because these trees were actually supposed to, these trees was actually supposed to, you know, absorb and resist powerful storms. But when you, you know, cut them down, I mean, these storms just have easy access, and then where they are supposed to be stored, they go straight to, you know, residential areas and blow up houses and stuff like that. So deforestation is another aspect where you know, human activities must have, you know, led to these powerful storms from forming, because the wind and the trees, the forests that were actually supposed to act as a resistance would no longer be there to hold these powerful storms, giving vent to these storms to go into residential areas and then and do all the havoc that is there, that is always doing. And then we start having tornadoes, we start having all those kind of hurricane.
Yeah. But if we start cutting down all the trees, go ahead, Irene, go ahead.
What about mankind, the way mankind eats, the way human beings eat, the way we eat, what we eat, is it not also affecting the climate? Shines, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Irene. I can hear you. The way we eat, does it not affect the climate? The way we eat.
What we eat.
The thing is what? No, I think the right way to put that would be: does the climate affect what we eat? Because if it's what we eat comes from the climate. That's so. Does it affect what we eat? It does, because if, for example, now, if isn't what you plant,
you are changing it. You are changing it. No,
I'm changing it.
The question is, yes. The question is, does what mankind eat affect the climate? The answer is yes.
Of course, it does. Now it does.
What we eat affects our climate. Like, imagine the sea tortoise. Human beings still go into the sea to harvest that thing and come out and eat it. Like, human beings eat everything. Everything we see, we eat. They forget that this animal, the sea tortoise.
Yes, I know what you mean. Yeah,
the sea tortoise preserves the fishes for us. The sea tortoise preserves the fishes for us. Like right now in Nigeria, the sea tortoise is living. Very soon, we might not even see anything like that anymore. Very soon. Because the sea tortoise comes back from the sea to lay its egg. And then people go in to harvest those eggs and eat those eggs.
So
what's your has a big problem.
Yes. What do you mean? What you're trying to say is that encroachment. I say you're trying to say encroachment of mankind into natural habitats. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And Izima Tutor just wrote something now. She said, processing food, the method of food production can cause more release
in CFC. Yes, is natural habitats. They have reason to be there for preservation of nature. Of nature, just like the deforestation I'm talking about, is just the same thing. People go and cut down trees. People go and eat what they are not supposed to. Something that was actually supposed to preserve the nature for us, will go and harvest and then start. So that's an encroachment into natural habitat. Of course, it's going to affect it. It's going to affect the climate. Yes, in that way, you're right.
Not everyone will agree with what I want to say now. Not everyone is going to agree to this, but I think the vegan community are actually working towards this stuff. The vegetarian
Okay.
community are actually working towards this stuff. As a vegan, you eat only plants, because when you eat
Yes,
plants,
plants.
you can replant it. You can replant it to grow again. You are not actually disturbing the surface of the earth or the soil. You are just replanting because you need those greens and those grains to live. But when we leave the plants and the grains, we now go into the animal eating, makes us to become predators. I
Well,
think
maybe
so.
but I think some. I know we. I don't want to sound religious here, but if we are to follow the biblical
No, it's
injunction
not
that
religious. No, no, no,
I
it's not
say,
being religious. It's not.
yes, I say I don't want to
It's
sound
not.
religious here, but if we are to follow the biblical injunction that we can eat, God gave all these animals and everything for us to eat as food, and then some people will argue that there must be a reason why God said we should go and eat these things. So if it was to distort the climate, I don't think God would have asked us to go and eat these things.
Okay.
Do you understand me?
Yeah.
So that is just that. So the truth of the matter is this: for us to protect the climate, like I always say, that one day might just wake up and there will be no planet to call your own, and then everybody should also be responsible
Possible.
for, yes, everybody should also be responsible for the preservation of the climate, of the planet, the preservation of the planet, because one day might just wake up, there will be no planet to call your own.
There'll be no
How
more
do you
planet.
become? Yes, there'll be no more planet to call your own because everything would have just been vaporized, evaporated. So
Yeah.
why do we need to be responsible in the way we also manage our own planet? Is to do the bit that we can do, and dispose of our wastes
Oh no,
properly.
your network.
Can you hear me? Irene, can you hear me? Irene, can you hear
Yes.
me? Can you hear me? Can you
Yes.
hear me?
I didn't get that. Yes, I didn't get what you said.
Okay. Okay, what I'm saying is this: mankind has to be responsible on how he preserve and protects the planet. And how does mankind do that? Mankind has to, properly dispose, these greenhouse gases. How do you emit these greenhouse gases that will, go to the atmosphere? How do you emit it? It's when there's a serious heat retention from the atmosphere, and hit these plastics and other litters. They will emit greenhouse gases to the atmosphere, and this is
Yes.
what will cause the powerful storm that I just talked about. This is what is going to cause the drought. This is what is going to bring that very wind speed that will come in and blow off your roof. So if we dispose of these
Exactly. That's
things,
what is going
if,
on now.
yes, that's what is happening. So if we dispose of these
Yes.
things, and because of civilization, we go to ruffled areas that are supposed to be there to protect the planet. There's something called
Okay.
dredging. We go and dredge the sea, and then drive water further, and then where water was actually supposed to come, we sandfield those areas and put structures on them. And you think when this eruption begins, that is the first place that it's going to go, and that's what is happening. So we go and unsettle these natural habitats, all in the name of development, all in the name of trying to build giant skyscrapers and factories,
Okay.
and then we unsettle this natural habitat. And then when these powerful storms, or when the natural hazard begins to, of course, you see the first place it will come is to clear you. Of course, we are all witnesses to what is happening
Mm-hmm.
around the globe
That's true.
with
Like in
hurricane.
Lagos.
Yes,
Yeah. Like in Lagos, yeah, we all know what happens in Lekki, the Lekki area of Lagos. We know what happens.
the
Ever
flood.
since Babbage, the establishment of that place, that settlement, Babbage, I think that was since in the 90s, Bar Beach has always been a place and point where floods comes in from Lagos. And then the government
Yes.
is not even checking that. They're not even taking care of it. Instead, they went and filled a big sea and called it Lagos Mega City, Eco Atlantis. Eco Atlantis is on top of an ocean. I think I have a video on my channel about, I shot a video on that. I filmed the shores of Eco Atlantis. Eco Atlantis
Oh, I
is
see.
on top of a big sea, like it is on top of Lagos Anchorage. Like if
Wow.
you are coming in by sea into Lagos State, you are going to be passing through that Anchorage. Then you will see Eco Atlantis is eating into the sea. And we don't know what nature can bring tomorrow. It can crash down that place, can make it short. I don't even know what people are thinking. And that place is extremely expensive. You can't even get a land there for even 100 million. You can't even get, you know.
Wow, that is it. Yeah.
So let me welcome some people in the house. Welcome, Proud Mixed Child. He was supposed to come on the panel with us today, but it's like he's in traffic, according to what he said. Welcome, Proud. We're happy to have you here. I'm in traffic, bad signal, but yeah, in chat. Okay. Okay, Proud Mix. We're talking about climate change, mankind, and its environment. So let's see your thoughts. 15 million people in the house. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming in. I really appreciate
You're
you
lucky.
guys. Yeah, this topic is a very sensitive topic for everyone. As long as you are on earth, this topic is a sensitive topic for everyone to learn from and to know what causes this climate change stuff, you know. For me, it's our handiwork. You know, everybody wants to be an inventor, everybody wants to be one thing or the other, not knowing whatever we are doing is causing more harm to the climate we are living, you know. We are living on earth, we should be able to preserve what we have. Like in my state, Cross River State, you cannot cut down any tree. It's in the law. If you should do that, you are going to life imprisonment. You can't cut down any tree for any reason. For any reason, you cannot. They don't even dredge their sea. Cross River State is like a preserved part of Nigeria. It's very preserved. That's why in the cold season we have colder weathers there. The ecosystem there is extremely green and beautiful and fresh. Like if you're flying by air, going down to Cross River State, you see how greenish it is. The ecosystem there is very beautiful, you know. So, but when you're coming down to the busy part of Nigeria, like Lagos, you know, the kind of stuff you see on air is not fine at all. That should tell you how polluted the air we breathe in is. And then when you're traveling to Port Harcourt, you get to Port Harcourt, you clean up your house. In the next 5 seconds, after cleaning up, you use your hands to clean up your table. You are seeing black dust. Because why? The people there are cooking crude oil. They cook it for diesel, they cook it for kerosene, they cook it for fuel. They just don't care what is happening. And people there get sick by the day. You keep hearing lung cancer, kidney issues, heart issues because of what they cook there. So, methane is 84 times more potent than carbon dioxide, and it absorbs it faster. Therefore, it can accelerate climate change. Wow. That's from Proud Mix. So guys, in every state we live in everywhere we live in the world, mankind keeps disturbing the climate, and the climate is getting bad by the day. The ices are melting, sickness is increasing. We are having sickness everywhere because of bad climate. The air we breathe in is polluted. Everything we do is polluted. In short, the way things are is extremely sad, because we need to actually look into these things. We need to look into these things as humans. For real. Where did Chinese go to? Let me bring him back in. Thanks, guys, for staying up to this time. I really appreciate you all for staying up. Thank you, guys, for coming in. I have to bring Shines up in now. 3 guests. Oh, you know I have 3 guests coming up. Hold on, please. I'm trying to bring in Shines.
Okay, I think I'm here.
Okay.
You can hear me, Abby?
Yes, I can. So I was trying to
Okay.
read out the comments from Proud. Is climate change affecting you too there?
Oh, just my okay. Let me just hold my stuff down here.
Okay. So I want to read out comments from Proud Mixed Child. It says raising temperatures from human caused greenhouse gas emissions affect planet wide system in various ways. Okay. Dirty air, higher wildlife extinctions rate, more acidic oceans, higher sea levels, and higher death rates, which is a fact. People, we actually don't have people that live up to 100 anymore. People, the age of death now is like from 70. From 70, you see some people are dying from the age of 70. Yeah, turn off your camera, it's better. Jeanette.
Yeah.
Yes, you can turn off your camera and talk, no problem.
My this
The
thing
death
is
rate has
probably
increased.
yes. The thing is this, Irene. Irene, can you
Yeah,
hear me? Okay.
very well, loud and clear.
Okay. The point I was trying to make is this: as human carelessly, as mankind. Let me use the word mankind. As mankind carelessly
Yeah,
littered the street with trash. You know
that's true.
this trash would decompose and emit CO2, carbon dioxide, which is the most commonly produced greenhouse gases into the atmosphere,
Yeah.
causing ozone layer depletion. So
Mm-hmm.
so the question is, so how do you maybe you maybe other people, or generally mankind, how does mankind, let me use the word mankind, how does mankind help, help in reducing these greenhouse gases into the atmosphere? When you can help reduce these greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, you've also helped in reducing global warming. It's that simple. I don't know if you understand me, Irene.
Yeah, I do.
Irene, did you
I
hear
do.
me?
I do.
I said
Yeah, I got
people
what you said.
as people carelessly drop trash anyhow, the heat retention will hit on these plastics, will hit on this trash, and then it will
Yes.
and
I can hear you.
this garbage will now decompose. The garbage will decompose and emit what is called CO2, which is the carbon dioxide, which is the most commonly produced greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, causing ozone layer depletion. So, but we can help reduce global warming by ensuring that we dispose of our refuse
Okay,
properly
shall
and we recycle
comment on
them.
the comment.
Yeah.
Even this our network service, climate change that is causing it.
Okay, the network is not so okay.
The network budget, the network crappy network issues is caused by climate change.
Yeah, okay.
So Proud Mix says 5-star threats that are really affecting this world are changes in land and sea use, direct exploitation of natural resources. Yes, that is the crude oil I'm talking about that they are cooking in Port Harcourt. The climate crisis, pollution, and invasion species. This is fact. I really know. It's
Because
true. This our bad network is climate change. It's true now. Which one is network and climate change again?
So,
Chinese, climate change is
yes,
affecting your network.
yeah, but is my network clearer? Is it clearer now?
It's clear now.
Is it
It's clear now. It's clear
okay?
now. Just
So,
just
like
leave
I
your
was saying
camera
that,
off.
okay, like I was saying that, if there's this high temperature, this high temperature is really gonna affect vegetation. It will affect vegetation. I've
Yes.
mentioned that earlier on, and as well as water needed for irrigation. So if it affects
Yeah.
vegetation, causes drought, it will also affect water that is needed for irrigation for our crops and other things. So all of these
Mm-hmm.
actually as a result of global warming. Nothing else is global warming. And I've told you how global warming, what causes this global warming. When these heat directly on, littered garbage. This littered garbage will decompose and emit one of the greenhouse gases, which is the carbon monoxide, into the atmosphere. So that,
Yeah.
and it's very bad. So that is just it.
So
Irene, you've gone off.
I'm back now. I'm back now.
Okay, you're
So,
back now.
Proudly says ways to combat climate change is weatherize, invest in energy efficient appliances, reduce wastewater, better buy better bulbs. Like that's what we use here. I think everyone in my community are using this power saving bulbs. They're not using that yellow one.
Yes,
That yellow one is always causing so many heat
yes,
issues. Buy
yes.
better
It admits a
bulbs,
lot of
power
it.
your own with
Yes,
renewable energy. That is the solar energy that people are using now. These steps can be helpful. But yes, it can be helpful. But when the government is not helping in, what do? You help yourself by yourself. You help your homes. Like we Nigerians, we know how to help ourselves because our boreholes, we dig our boreholes ourselves. We get power ourselves. You power your generator to get power. If you keep waiting for the government, you're not going to reach anywhere. That's just it. So,
the thing is I don't always subscribe to when people keep calling government. Well, I mean, even if you define government is not an abstract entity. Government is you and I, is everybody. So while we do our bit, we can also call on the supervising or regulatory authority to come in and also,
mhm.
do their own part. But we as residents, we as individuals, we as citizens, we have to also do our own bit. How do we do our own bit? By behaving responsibly, because most of the problems we're having on the planet is largely due to increase of human activities. You want to discard
Yeah.
garbage, you don't discard the garbage in properly. you you don't discard it properly. You go and offset natural habitats, and then you still
Mhm.
expect a balance. They can never be a balance when you offset something. You go and offset natural habitat, just like what you said. You go and start eating tortoise and the things that were actually supposed to preserve the ecosystem for you, and then you
Yes.
still expect a balance. A balance will not happen. So we need to do this, and there should be um, regulation. There should be proper regulation by the regulatory authority,
Mhm.
so that these things can. But when there is no
It
proper
can only
regulation from
happen
the
outside this country. It can only happen
if
outside this country, not
if
in
there's
this
no
country
proper
I know about.
regulation, yes, if there's no proper regulation on
Mhm.
how, I mean, I made one of my recent videos, that also the one I think has already been published. I said, what is it
Yeah.
with Nigeria that when we are abroad? Irene, are you there? Irene, are
Yes, I
you
can
there?
hear you.
Okay, you went off a bit ago.
Yes,
When
I can
what
hear
is
you.
Yeah, what is happening to what is it with Nigeria when we are abroad, when we are in Europe, we behave so responsibly when it comes to the issue of the environment. But the moment we land Nigeria, right there at Murtala Mohammed Airport, you'll be shocked that somebody will just unwrap his sweets and then toss it on the right there on the tarmac. But
That's
this is the
true.
same person. This is the same person that cannot do that where it's
Exactly.
coming from. But he finds it so
Yeah.
convenient to do so because it's in Nigeria. Why must it be so? It's a simple thing: lack of regulation. Lack of regulation. The person has stepped into a country where there is no regulation, so the person starts misbehaving, and then. But when you are in some, because you have to regulate human activities. Human naturally are actually known to be lawbreakers. I'm telling you, they don't want to
Mhm.
conform to a particular pattern. Naturally, that's a natural instinct of a human being, not to conform to a particular pattern, just to do the way a free will activity. So when you are in an environment where there is no regulation, so that your natural instinct to behave the way you like will come to bear.
Exactly.
And that's why you see them when they get into Nigeria,
Yay.
and then they start behaving like they toss things around, they throw water sachet on the floor, they drink water from their can and they toss it all over the place. And then you
Okay.
are you are okay.
Yes. Sorry to cut you. I have a super chat from Sister Messi. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Sister Messi, for the super chat. Thank you so, so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you for supporting my channel this way. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Go ahead, please, Shanice.
So that is it. So by the time we have a regulation, a good regulatory authority that fixes, like I said,
Whoa,
they
I
should
got
have.
super chat from MM also. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for the
And then
super chat. MM, Sister Messi, thank you so much.
I actually said in that video that the government should set up a mobile court. This mobile court is actually supposed to try offenders, people who violate the laws of keeping the environment clean. Because if there are mobile courts and one thing about sentencing people, if your sentence for even traffic offense, it has entered your record, it
Mm-hmm.
means you can't even contest for any election. Yes, if the
Yes,
moment, even if it's a
that's
traffic,
true.
if you're a traffic offender, maybe you didn't put your seat belts on, and then you're tried and
Yes.
and you're convicted, it goes into your record. You have become a convict. So when people begin to see the serious, yes, already you become a convict, and it's going to affect you. Except through presidential
It's
pardon,
true.
you cannot contest any election. So these things are serious. So when they begin to see the seriousness from the part of
We
government,
are in a country. We are in a country that loves cruise. Everything about Nigeria is cruise. I wish we could just have a YouTube channel for Nigeria because this country now cruise. On a serious note, we
so
all
that is that.
cruise. So I have
You
a
know,
comment. I have a comment in the comment section. And
yes.
Proud Michelle, in regards to climate change, I think the majority of the world's population has gotten careless, and most of the constituents within politics, so everything will continue to fall apart. Yeah, for me, I feel this climate change issue is now being politicalized by the government. They are not actually looking into these things. They are not. Everyone is thinking for their pockets. Like this Lagos issue about the flood that happens every rain season around Lekki, it can be solved. But they don't want to solve it. Everything, they're just leaving everything to do anyhow.
No, I think the thing is this: they want to. The
Jeanette,
problem with
go
us,
ahead.
yeah. The problem with us here is we want to develop. We want to develop, which is a good thing. But as we want to develop, do, do we do have we laid the foundation for proper development? That is the question. Have we laid the
Question.
foundation? Have we laid the foundation for proper development? It is not just to go and a sea, dredge the sea, and then begin to build on it. there are things, just for example, even a mere road construction, a mere road construction. You are constructing roads. I am not an engineer, a road constructor. I'm not a civil engineer, but as a layman, I know that every road constructed should have the pressure that that road is supposed to carry, the kind of capacity for that road. You cannot construct road for light vehicular movement, for heavy duty, vehicles, and you expect that road to, to last, to stay longer. It's not possible. So why would you?
Apart
Because
from
they
that, they
don't
don't
do
even
that.
use good materials for the roads.
They don't
The
even do
materials for the
that.
roads are not even no
You
quality
come and
material.
construct a road, and then that road was actually supposed for was meant for a light vehicular movement, and instead of that capacity to be maintained, you allow all kinds of vehicle to put undue pressure on the road that was meant for maybe a saloon car, light vehicles, and then you allow heavy truck to come, and you expect the road to last. It's never going to last.
That's true.
And I have not seen in Nigeria where they say this particular road is for trucks and then tankers. I've not seen. And then this one is for. I've not seen. So they.
Everything
Hello,
goes
Irene?
on the road in
Yeah, that is it.
of
That
the world.
so
Thank you
I
guys so much
want
for staying tuned up to this time.
so I just wonder.
Thank you guys for staying tuned up to this time. Okay.
Yeah, so I just wonder, Irene, when we have, I just wonder that when we have regulatory authorities, how come they can? Why do they keep coming? In fact, I'm going to do a video on that. Why do our roads? Why do our roads keep getting bad, and that every administration that comes, you see that one administration will come is on that road, they'll fix it, another administration still comes there because the roads cannot stand the test of time. Apart from just using poor road construction materials or adulterated, but another very cardinal reason should be that people use roads that are actually not meant for that particular vehicle, and that the road cannot withstand the pressure from such heavy duty, vehicle. It's as simple as that, and that road can never stand the test of time. I have never seen a Nigerian road. I have traveled and I have seen how, in fact, some roads in such a way, even some tolling now, they'll give options. Some will be toll free. The ones that are toll free, they are kind of toll free road. They are kind of longer and with more traffic. And then the tolled ones, the toll roads are freer and shorter. So it now depends on what you can do. If you're in a hurry and you cannot, if you're in a hurry and you cannot follow the normal toll-free road, you pay and take the tolled one to go to where you want to go to. And in that same environment, there are roads marked for heavy duty. That one is just heavy duty, and there are roads marked for light vehicles.
That is the
light vehicles. So, but in Nigeria, I've never seen any road that is marked for light vehicle and then this one for heavy duty. So, how do you expect the road to stay? I know that's not the topic for today, but I just decided to bring that in to show you that the regulators of our country.
Climate change is actually disturbing your network for real.
Okay. All right, no problem. I think I can call it a day now. Let us enter the. I can call it a day.
Yeah,
Irene.
You have done well.
You have
done well
so
because you have really. Thank you for turning into this stream, for coming in even after I invited you very late. Thank you for coming in. Blessing, I can say MTN network can be so annoying sometimes. My sister is climate change that is disturbing MTN. For
All
real,
right,
it's
Irene.
climate change I disturbed you. Yeah, proud. Are you going down now, Shinez? Although I'm almost done with the stream. I'm almost done with the stream. So it was supposed to last for like an hour. So I thank you guys so much for coming in, for tuning in and staying up to this time on the stream. You are very much appreciated. And please connect with the YTC family for full support, guys. Connect with the YTC family. The YouTubers Connect. Yeah, that's the name of the channel. Connect to the channel and thank me later. You know, I always bring you good things. Thank you, Sister Rebecca, for turning in. I know I didn't tell you on time, but you still turn up here. I thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you. So right now, I'll be going down from this stream because the stream was supposed to stay for like an hour, talking about climate change, mankind, and its environment. Until I see you guys next time. Ciao, ciao, guys. Thank you.